Hey, just some updates about meetings. This weekend I'm in Hampstead in London, Saturday and Sunday, the 7th and 8th of September. And that's 2 to 6, and a little bit early on Sunday, it's 1 to 5 on the Sunday. You can pay at the door there. And then straight back here to Galway to meetings all week. Well, Monday to Thursday, the 9th to the 12th here in the lovely Skull Centre. It's where I am right now. That's it behind me. Really beautiful facilities. Very relaxed. It's here in the woods, in Kilcornan Woods. So what we usually do is we have our meetings, have a coffee or tea, have our morning meeting about 11, and then we break for a nice long lunch and we go for a walk in the woods. You can join that one online as well, so you can see the links on my website. Other than that, then we have October, we have the residential in Vietnam, and that's really good value. Really, it's under €1,000 for 6 nights in a 5-star hotel with all your food, meetings all included in that. So, and the flights are pretty reasonable at the moment, so there's probably still time if you wanted to shoot me an email, or I can send you the brochure. And then there's Munich at the end of November, so that's the last day in November, first day in December. That weekend is Munich, and then the following week I'm in Budapest, but I'll get them details up online. So that's it really, that's what's apparently happening. Maybe see you at one of those.
Serve me an ocean there, drink down on the ocean. Serve me a stone from your mouth. Make me a lover, I'll peruse your cup to cup. When you are someday, baby, I know I'll figure out a sweet story from your mouth. One day, there'll be no someday. There'll be no, you are just a story, and all your empty glory. You are just a story from your mouth. And this is a lover, the one without another. And this is a story. Now this is your part, you go one without another. This is a lover, one without another. And this is a story. This is a lover, the one without another. And this is a story from our mind. And this is a lover, one without another. And this is a story from our mind.
So you come up there. Yeah, just press halfway down if you.
Das ist so cool. I love this stuff. Das kannst du aber nicht bedienen. Ich werde wahnsinnig damit. Das, was ich. Was ist die Marke von der Kamera? Leica. So.
I have the house slippers now, so 70. Yeah. That's what was missing.
How is that, Kenneth, to see everything new and fresh?
Oh, it's indescribable. It can't be described. Like, nobody can describe, if we call that liberation, right? Just for the sake of picking a word, nobody can describe liberation. It's completely, totally and utterly indescribable. You cannot describe what it's like to not feel like a separate individual. All that can be said really is it's incredibly simple and ordinary, and not what you think. You just can't imagine it. You can't imagine you not being there, because it's you imagining you not being there. So what you get is more you. It's like we were talking about in relation to something else yesterday, of a new system, and there's some commentaries that are on it. It's like using the system to imagine a new system. Using a system is it's the same thing. It can't be done. Or someone said in the same thing, say if there was a future, like you thinking about the future is projecting what's appearing to happen there, here, out there. So what you actually have is here, what you think is an out there. It's impossible. It can't be done. It's just so simple. It's indescribably simple, because it's not to do with understanding or knowing. It's a simple, the answer really is, what's liberation like, or what's it like to not be you? What's this like? What's it like to laugh? And what's it like to hear the bell? And what's it like to sit on the chair? And what's it like for a thought to arise? Like, it's that immediately just whatever's appearing to happen. That's what it's like. And then it's all there. That's actually all there is. All there is liberation anyway. All there is unconditional love. All there is boundless freedom. And then that's all that can be done, is just the suggestion all the time that actually this sense that there's a you is just an appearance or a story. But that sense that there's a you is trying to imagine not being a me. You know what I mean? The me is trying to imagine not being a me, and ignoring liberation. It's like liberation is like that bell. You know, what's it like? It's like, hello, I'm here, it's just here, hello, it's this, hello, hiya. You looking for something? It's here. Hello, hiya. Sorry. Oh, no, no. I look over here. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, I look over here. So it's always the individual just continually, reflexively rejecting unconditional love in favour of its idea of unconditional love, which is really comfortable. You see, that's the point about it. Like, being an individual is living in this comfort. I want the comfort and the safety of the bubble of me, where bad things can't happen and I can control, I can know, and that's the dualistic dream. I'll pull in the pleasure, I'll live in knowing, and I'll keep away the danger, and then I'm happy. Are you? You think you're happy. You think you're, but then there's a question then. There's a pull out of that reality continually, like gravity, or like, do you know? And that's the yearning. You know, the yearning is, okay, now I've arrived. I'm safe, but is safety what I'm looking for? Maybe not. And that's it. It's the full-on aliveness is that's yearning for. So the full-on aliveness is the raw feeling of complete vulnerability, or sadness, or anger, or whatever it is. And that's the whole. That's what we're sharing for the few days. Is liberation is simply directly whatever is appearing to happen. Just aliveness. So it's not like anything. You know. Oh, that was nicely timed. That's the ambulance for the individual. We've had a death.
Who is it?
Who is it? That's the question. Please put up your hand. Come on, don't be shy now.
It's no one.
See? Nobody died. Nobody died.
There's an unfairness, seems to be an unfairness about what we can't do anything about it. Like, I don't want to give up personal individual, but I can't do anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the frustration is it. It's deeply, deeply disappointing and frustrating for the individual who wants to be an individual and who wants to know that there's nothing to know. And to speak to someone who doesn't give two fucks about the individual or you, it's incredible. Like you're in a meeting with someone who does not give two fucks about you or your story. Not two fiddlers fucks about your story. And you want someone who wants to, did you hear my story? Did you hear about my childhood and the things that happened to me? Do you not care about that? No, I don't fucking care about that because it's a fucking story. And what I'm telling you is you are unconditional love. Do you not hear that part of it? No, I don't want to hear that part of it. I want to look over here at my story. I want to keep up my story and I want you to see my story too. Feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. So when you're not being fed here, there's this boundless isness that can be just tasted. It's just so obvious. And that can resonate. And there can be then this sense of being confronted and, hello, I'm here. Hello, hi, sorry, Kenneth, hey, I'm here. It's me. Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, you're not there. So this is how this whole thing kind of plays out. It's like this, and the sense of being an individual is absolutely, completely whole and perfect. It just is as energy appearing as that. We would kind of think maybe it's wrong or it's bad or it's how could it be?
earlier that the fear is aliveness itself. And I told you yesterday that I was lying in my bed and I felt the fear of dying came to my mind, and then I tried to calm down myself, talking to myself, calm down, breathe. So it's kind of controlling that fear. So that voice, me, that's the me trying to control the aliveness, right?
Well, it's just what appeared to happen, though.
Okay.
It's more simple. It's just that there's fear, and then there's a sense of, okay, breathe, and then there's, okay, breathe, and that's just the system. There's nobody in that doing that anyway.
Okay, but the fear and okay, calm down, breathe.
Yeah.
Is it the same?
It's all one. It's all energy.
It seems like it's two different things separated.
Yeah.
The fear and okay, breathe.
Are like what I hear when you're saying there, it's like as if there's the fear arises, and there could be a lived sense that I'm the one. There's a sense of me who's saying, okay, breathe now, and then the fear coming down. So a sense of, whereas what I'm saying is that there's just aliveness. So the fear, aliveness, the thought, breathe, aliveness, the sense of breathing, aliveness, the sense of the, okay, calmness in the body, aliveness, unconditional, love, everything, just unconditional love. This is where the story comes into it then, is my fear, me calming myself down, me breathing. I dealt with my fear this way. I'm not saying that you would have thought that, I'm talking in general terms. So, and the suggestion is there's what's yearned for is inescapable aliveness. If it's fear, that's what's happening. So and it's breathing to maybe settle things up. That's aliveness. So what's yearned for always is what's appearing to happen. Now this is where the individual thinks, okay, that's great. What's yearned for is appearing to happen. But now I'm afraid. So now there's fear. Now we'll push that away. We'll deal with that. Oh, okay, now I hear what Kenneth saying. Now, just what's appearing to happen. It's nice and calm now. Yeah. So the fear isn't it, and the calmness is it for the individual. I mean, and that's what's not seen is that everything is unconditional love, and it's not your fear. It's just energy. That's the liberation and the free fall.
No, I'm not saying that fear isn't it. You said that fear is aliveness. So I had the fear, but then I try to control it.
Yeah.
Calm down it. And what I am asking you is if that separation between the fear and the try to calm down is it's an illusion. It's the same thing.
Yeah. It's just that's exactly what I'm saying is that the sense that there's fear, and then there's a sense of, oh, that's fear, I don't like it, calm down. That's all just energy. There's already nobody doing that. Now we can have a narrative and say, and the narrative for the individual would be, okay, the fear arose, and me as an individual didn't want the fear, so I thought I could calm myself down, But that's also just a story. There's already nobody doing that. There's already no individual there. But there might be the sense that there's an individual, so therefore there will be a sense there's fear, and it's my fear, and I calm myself down, and blah, blah, blah. There's just what's appearing to happen. So there's either that sense that I calm myself down because I was afraid. There's the I in that whole thing that's either appears to be there or it doesn't. It's very simple. It's just too simple, you see. This is what's appearing to happen. So fear, okay, fear, energy, fear. So what? The stickiness is when you feel it's my fear, and it's okay, I have to do something about it, I have to know it, I have to push it away, I have to whatever. And that's the same with everything then. The anxiety, right? The loop here is that I'm anxious, it's my anxiety. I have to know it, I have to understand it, I have to push it away. And this is the dualistic dream, is continually tinkering with what's appearing to happen for it to be less of one thing and more of another thing, and then therefore a rejection of unconditional love in favour of my version of unconditional love that feeds the illusion of me. It's very simple, really. And that's all that is not really happening, you see. There's not really a me there all the time, but energetically it could appear that there is. It's just what's appearing to happen. So if there's fear, there's fear. So what? Fear is very, 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 very full on aliveness. And the individual kind of prefers half alive. They think they want full on aliveness, but they kind of like half alive. And what I mean by half alive is knowing, living in knowing, and seeing something. Because if I see something, I can know it. If I can know it, I can do something about it, and I'm continually spinning around this axis of me, the story of me, with everything. So nobody did any of that. That's just what appeared to happen. It's the same with everything else. Lying on the bed appeared to happen, emotion appeared to happen, appeared to be, oh. It's just all aliveness.
The description of this episode
Is a story.
is a story.
Yeah.
It's just words.
Yeah, because this is nothing happening.
And,
So nothing happened actually. So when we describe things like that, I like if I say I went upstairs and I was looking for the tripod and I was looking for that thing then that holds the phone and I couldn't find it, and I went here, and I come down here and tell this story, and it's in the lived reality of an individual. It's a thing that really happened, and I would feel it happened. Or I could then go say what happened to me 5 years ago, or what I said earlier about that thing about the retreat and everything. It's all just a story, because everything is a story, because this is nothing appearing as everything, and nothing is actually happening. It's only happening when you feel like real, and there's time and space, and it's happening, and another thing is happening, and another thing is happening, and it's all leading to your death.
But
Oh, sorry, I usually keep the good news to the words Sunday.
What is memory?
Memory is energy, just like thought is energy, but it has a quality to it when you feel like an individual, like it's a country that is like I've been to, and it's a real solid thing. So that has the difference between me thinking, oh, will I have eggs for dinner? Or will I have eggs with the salmon today? And the thought of something, I'll tell you a memory of what happened when I was 10, or last week, or 2 weeks ago when I was in France. There's a solidity to it that feels like it really is a really thing that happened for the individual. Actually, it's just another thought that seems to have a different quality to it. So when you don't feel like an individual anymore, that realness collapses. It's very obvious to nobody that there's no past, and there's no future, and there's no now. There's no now. There's just what's appearing to happen. And this is nothing happening. So nothing's actually happening. So that's what we're talking about, is this collapse of the solidity of it. All of that comes from the memories of the things. It comes from the solidity of me. I have a life, I'm living my life, it's happening in time, and this happened to me in the past, and this might happen to me in the future, and all of that feels absolutely, completely real. And we think that that is our engagement with a thing called absolute reality. This is how reality is. Time is real, space is real, causality is real. And actually all that it is like an interface. Some of the AI people now are calling it an interface, or some of the, like Hoffman, that he's interested enough, Donald Hoffman and some of these scientists, or what they're saying is, all of this thing that we take to be absolutely real is absolutely unreal. It's just an appearance. But it's so solid to us that we take it to be absolutely real. And in that solidity, that's where the yearning is, because when you feel absolutely real, you're a subject, everything's an object to you, there's a dissatisfaction from that then. And there's a sense that something's missing. That I'm not really seeing people as they actually are. Maybe you wouldn't think about it like that, and I'm not seeing the way that the sunlight has come through the clouds now and it's hitting that hill. Because if I feel like an individual, I feel I'm looking at the hill. So with everything, there's a sense of kind of, it's an object to me, the subject. And there's always an invitation to see, actually it's just aliveness, healing. There's no you on the hill, in other words. And that's for everyone that feels separate, there's a yearning. So, people talk about searching, I'm not a searcher, and this person is a searcher. Or labeling spiritual seekers as their seekers, I'm not a seeker. That's all bullshit. Because once you feel like there's a question, when you feel like you have there's a question, because everything is kind of half alive, because it's an object to me. And it's not actually an object, because there's no you and there's no object. There's actually just aliveness, energy, and energy, seats, cameras, windows, black forests, ideas, and that's the liberation, that's the freedom. That's the freedom that we yearn for, and the freedom that we're totally terrified about. Because this, and when I say the freedom, it's just whatever's going to happen. We yearn for it, but we don't want, of course the individual doesn't want it, because it's the end of the individual. And but then that death, when it appears to happen, is clearly only an appearance. There never was anybody there. And so then it's just full on aliveness then. And everything is as it actually is, which is completely empty and unknowable. And new, everything is new. This never happened. I'm speaking to you now, your head is nodding, and two birds flew past in the window, right? And the sun is hitting a certain way, and Roland is foostering there with that. This is never ever going to be like this again. Ever, 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 ever. We could think we could replicate this, and it's impossible. And that's the exact same for everything. Everything is constantly new, because it's both there and it's not there. It's there and it's not there. In the dream that we have as having a life, it's this linear dream of me. One thing happens, another thing happens, there's a past, a future. And this is the sense that this is dissatisfied. There's something about it that we can't figure out. And of course we can't figure it out. We think we can kind of put our finger on it. But we can't. Because it's actually unknowable. Because this is unknowable. You nodding your head like that, and the camera, and you scratched your leg, and Roland sat down, and the sun hitting the thing, is unknowable. Because those words I just said are just words. But we think it's knowable. Because we reside and sit in our own knowing, which we think is absolutely true. And it's all it is a story. So if I felt like an individual, I'd feel like I'm talking to you, an individual. Because I don't feel like an individual, there's nothing special about that, it's completely ordinary. Obviously there's no you that I'm talking to. Because there's aliveness, peoples, and that's aliveness there, there's energy, as you see. So it's the same, it's actually the same, everything is the same, it's very same, except that you were never seeing it as it actually was, when you feel like a you. That's the big shock about this. for people, you'd often hear people talking about when this was seen, it was so shocking. It was so shockingly ordinary and simple and directly just whatever. It was just, had never gone anywhere, but I had gone somewhere looking for it. And I had maybe collected these ideas about non-duality and enlightenment and liberation and whatever. So I thought it was something. So that's all the individual can do, is conceptualize, have an idea about it, what's being spoken about. But it can, if there's an idea about it, then it's not what's being spoken about. It's unimaginable. It's too simple. So what we yearn for is, as Tony calls it, the open secret, and we had the book The Open Secret. It's a beautiful term because it is the open secret, because it's just openly, already, immediately, whatever is appearing to happen. What an amazing way to hide. Like, we think a good way to hide would be just be really obtuse and complex and really, 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 really hard to get to. That would be our idea. That would be a great way. Like, have a really, really, really good hiding place. But an even fucking better hiding place is to just already be everything. It's absolute genius. And then in that way, then, you're looking for something, thinking that it's something else. So it's the inverse of the way you think it is.
So I'm not an individual, and but I feel like you can't, person.
No, you don't have to worry about language here at all. So you can use any words you want. It really doesn't matter, honestly. You don't have to.
I just can't quite wrap my head around, like, if I'm feeling fear or anxiety,
Yeah.
why is that an experience only I can, like, only I'm aware of?
Oh, because wholeness appears as a limited, bound body. You know, our idea of wholeness is that if there's fear here, and this was really wholeness, Ingo would be able to feel the fear I can feel, because I'm not separate, and I'm not separate to Ingo. So Ingo then should feel. These are as a concept the individual has. Why is it particular to me that the fear is happening here and it's not popping up there, and he can't even feel it? And actually, it's that there's a wholeness, aliveness, appears as limited, and it's because it's singular, it expresses itself as a singular just this body, where that appears to be happening. But that's actually everything as that body where fear arises. So that is a concept the individual would have, is why is it particular to me that there's this fear and the fear isn't over there? But it's not like that, because wholeness isn't the way we think wholeness is, because we can't imagine wholeness. Boundless, unlimited freedom appears as limited and bound. So, in other words, falling away is not feeling like an individual cannot be imagined by the individual. They imagine it to be this and that, but it's absolutely ordinary and simple. There's just bodies, and there's just bodies, and the difference is that if I felt like an individual, I would really, really feel that I'm speaking to you now, and I would feel like that I'm sitting on the chair, and if it's a thought, it would feel like my thought. But it's just thought sitting on the chair and speaking. And speaking appears there and it appears here, but when there's no sense of being a me here, it's immediately clear that there's obviously no individual there either, because there's no here or there. So there's actually nobody is ever separate.
It's kind of a collapse for the need as well, because everything is here. So
It's absolutely a collapse. It's completely a collapse of the need. The need. See, like the sense that there's something missing. The sense, like feeling like an individual is a very, very, very deep sense that there's something missing. There's something wrong. There's something that needs to be fixed. And there's a huge sense of unworthiness. I'm unworthy because, like it's just little old me. It's just little me here, and there's all this big world out there. It's out there, and me, and really that whole energy is like, why have I been abandoned by everything? And then that need is the bottomless hole of separation, because the need can never be satiated by the individual. So it's exactly what we were just saying. The individual thinks it's something that they're yearning for, so they get the idea is, I need a sports car, I need a Ferrari. So I get my Ferrari, I open my big bag of need of me, I put my Ferrari in. Oh, it's good, I finally got my Ferrari. I think I could fit a Rolls Royce in there maybe. And that's what many teachers, speakers, or many speakers have spoken about, the bottomless bowl of separation. That is the bottomless bowl, and you hear it in Buddhist stuff as well, is that no matter what you put into it, it can never be satiated, because there's also a thing called a Maserati. Have you not heard of a Maserati? And then you get your Maserati, and then have you not got a Bugatti? You think your collection of cars is complete? Oh, how sad for you. You need a Bugatti. Then you get a Bugatti, blah, 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 blah. And it's always something, and it's insatiable. That's what we see in the play of life we see, and the theatre of politics and celebrities and everything. We see an absolutely boundless, unlimited greed of consumption. It's completely it's not possible. It's not possible to ever satiate the me and satiate the need. It's impossible, because what's actually being yearned for is to not be a me, not more and more and more, because more and more and more appears to make the bubble of me bigger. I'm a more comfortable me. I'm really important. I have status now. People respect me, and it seems you think that that's what you're yearning for, and actually it's all an illusion. What you actually yearn for is to not feel like a me. So when there's no sense of being you, everything is lost completely. Status, power, ideology, belief, everything is gone, and then it's seen there's nothing. And nothing is everything, is unconditional love. So what's there to need? When there's life carpeting and flowering and sun and
because now you make it kind of sun and it's kind of nice.
Also a shit feeling, yeah. I completely agree with you, yeah. And flowering and uncomfortable feeling, absolutely, completely, yeah. Our sense of pain. Our sense of pain is unconditional love. Because it's inescapable,
yeah.
And it's all embracing. It just won't let you go. What you're yearning for won't let you go. It's always all embracing.
The taxman sends you very quickly back into personal and individual.
Let's not talk about it then. Yeah, I mean, like, you see, I think the individual imagines when I fall away, well, then it'll just, nothing will bother me. I'll be loved by everyone. I'll get on great with everyone, or whatever. There's always an idea. Or when I fall away, that sense of huge pain that arises, or that negative thought arises, that would never be there. So when there is that sense of pain or thought, that's confirmation that I'm still here. And it's actually what's not seen is full-on aliveness, is the pain, the thought, it's everything. And it's messiness, it's a breakup, it's a taxman, it's losing everything, it's appearing to get it back, it's everything. It's inescapable. It could be a prison cell. Maybe aliveness, unconditional love is a prison cell. Maybe. For a crime he didn't commit. Maybe. And nobody has ever committed a crime. They have in the story, and there appears to be retribution and consequences and all that. What do you think?
Hopeless.
Great. You're my barometer. You're my...
Completely devastated again.
Hopeless.
No escape.
It's good. It's good to get positive feedback, you know. Oh, the kite.
Lunch.
It's lunch, yeah. See the kite, no?
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
So close.
Yeah. Probably because we're all not down outside, so it comes a bit closer. You know?
Well, if you put a mouse outside there, it would come close whether we were there or not.
It would, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they're beautiful kites. I've just such a always when I was a kid, I was absolutely amazed by birds of prey. Amazed by them, and my dream was to see an eagle. And in the lockdown, an eagle came and sat outside my house for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. Because the traffic stopped coming, you know. Now, I had seen it the year before. It's a sea eagle, because they were introduced to Ireland about 10 or 15 years ago, because it's a native Irish bird that died off, so the Norwegians brought the bird in. And because the traffic stopped, I have a kind of a, let's call it a lake, say, that disappears in the summer and comes back. It's kind of an underground system. And I had seen it the year or two before, it just came over. But because the traffic had stopped, it just hung out for about 2 weeks. And I was like a little kid. I could not believe it. It was just, even the size, it was just so amazing. It's such a majestic, the size of them. There's a female, it was a female as well, so they're huge. Beautiful, yeah. But that's my thing. That's what floats my boat. Cool.
Obrigado, obrigado.
De nada.
Getting a bit